I'm live. It's Dr. Sharon. Where you at? I don't even know where to look because I'm on my Mac Pro, and I don't know. Is this right? Is this right? I'm not sure. Where you at? It is, what's the date? February something. They call this President's Day. I'm going to say shout out to all of the 44 presidents in the past. Not all of them, because some of them were a trip, but definitely not shout out to the current orange POTUS, unless it is a shout out to impeach him, impeach him, impeach him, impeach him. All right. So can y'all imagine just what? Come on, hi camera. Can y'all imagine that this food, and I do mean food, has declared a national emergency? Then this idiot get on TV. He didn't have any media training. He gets on TV and says, well, I don't really have to declare. What's up, Kev? I don't have to declare national emergency. I ain't really have to do it. But I did it because I want to hurry up and Congress can give me what I want. That, like in every brief, I'm not even a lawyer. And on every brief, I would put that the reason why this is not a national emergency, because the idiot said this ain't a national emergency, period. That should go to the Supreme Court. It'd be quick. And Lord, speaking of the Supreme Court, join me in a moment of silence and prayer and supplication for the notorious real B.I.G. Ruth Bader Ginsburg. We sending nothing but love and prayer for your health and well-being. Hold on a little while longer. A change prayerfully gonna come. But we need your voice on the Supreme Court. So, hi everyone. I am taking your national emergency is the water in Flint. That's exactly right, Kevin. And this, do tell me other national emergencies. National emergencies are those children that still cannot be connected to their families, all right, at the border. National emergency is the fact that you let water be yellow and rust colored for our children in the United States of America, in Michigan, in Flint, and we still have not taken care of it. There are a lot of national emergencies out there, but none of them, and you take it so lightly. What happens if there's an earthquake in California or another major fire, and you moving money to put and give your friends, because the bids are already going in, let's just put it out there, your friends, hi Gary Grant, you're moving money from schools. I heard this morning that a school near military base or something is not going to get money. They're going to take money from that. This is some foolishness. And let me tell you, I have supported, I am a registered Democrat. Okay. I am really a moderate Democrat and a very liberal Republican. But I'm a Democrat. I don't even like to say that at all because I'm not a Republican. But I'm just saying, I don't think that one party has it all right. I don't think another. There are a lot of things going on, hi Dina, that are going on with Medicare Part D. If you followed me and know me, I helped write that and craft that and did some of the work around with the Bush administration on providing prescription coverage to our seniors. And that was a Republican issue. And when I met with many of the Democrats, they were like, yeah, we got to do it. We need to do it, but we can't do it. You know, we can't really support a Republican do it. See, I think that stuff is foolish. All right. I think if it's a good deal, hi, Pastor Boone. I think if it's a good, something good for our country, I don't care if it's red, blue, pink, or green. Well, I do care about pink and green. But I don't care if it's red or blue. I think it should be done. So I've worked a lot with health disparities and the Office of Monetary Health and whatever, just in what I do. But Medicare Part D is near and dear to my heart because did a lot of the groundwork with that in both the private sector and then with even going to the White House and meeting at the time with Karl Rove, Dr. Maxey and I did and others to say, well, no, yes, we do need to have prescription drug coverage and worked hard and diligently on that. And now that's coming under attack under a Republican administration, but it's a Republican measure. And so there are a lot of national emergencies. And so we really, I was just waiting on you all to come on because this is not going to be my political soapbox, but let me just say that when you divert money from other things to go to a pet project for a president and on this presidential debt, this is not presidential, but we know homeboy ain't presidential. I mean, I'm just saying. So now you want to give, hi, Melinda, my sister-in-law, how you want to give kudos and shout outs, and you want to give some contracts, because it is all about the Benjamins. Let's just know that. A person that does real estate now wants to build a wall and then is putting out bids that we don't really know about for the wall. I'm just saying. Okay. So anyway, so on this President's Day, let's just pray for impeachment. Pastor Boone was on. Let's pray for. Is that right? Can I pray for impeachment? Is that wrong? The Bible said pray for the president, but can you pray for impeachment? Can we pray that his son soon get locked up, get indicted, and all that? I'm just asking. I wouldn't want to do anything wrong. Anyway, happy day, Monday. Monday's a great day to make new resolutions, new strides, both in mind, body, and soul. Healthcare definitely is a national emergency. Make strides. I certainly have been working this morning. I'm going to meet a good friend for a quick lunch and then go work out, a lot of workout gear, and then come back and work some more. So, Kevin, let me do this at the top, because I am going to be announcing, number one, my websites, drsharononline.com, Cards by Dr. Sharon, and Beautiful Woman Inside Out are all being revamped. That has been a labor of love. It's been a labor of love. But anyway, we're still doing that, and my new book websites are getting ready to come out, so I'm working hard. But many of you have commented, where is Dr. Sharon? Dr. Sharon's still in plane, trains, automobiles. And I try to put out what I'm doing, and certainly the spring is a major time for me to do more community outreach or public talks and all that. And so there are a couple of conferences coming up I want to tell y'all about. Philly, Kevin, I'll be in Philly. Student National Medical Association, I will be there. There's a public meeting. Kevin, I'm going to inbox you. I'll be moderating a panel with Hill Harper and some more people. Speaking of healthcare, Student National Medical Association is near and dear to my heart. Those are my babies. They hate it when I say that, but they are the Association of African American and Minority Medical Students. It certainly groomed me when I was in medical school, and I actually am the first ever chair emeritus, female chair emeritus of that organization, and have stayed in touch and am a lifelong member. And all of I am coming. I'll be there all week. Kevin, you're gonna take me for a cheesesteak and we'll go work out. You put me on the track. I don't know, coach. But anyway, Philly, that is going to be Easter weekend. It is always Easter weekend, because America's medical students, there is only one weekend that most are free, and that is Easter weekend. And so we'll be in Philly coming up. I will be, to backtrack, hi, William Powell, backtrack, I will be in Raleigh, Durham, North Carolina, for the Mid-Atlantic Regional Conference of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. I hear that my sessions have all sold out. I'm not sure, but I'm going to be bringing it. I am a member of AKA, so as y'all need to be in the place, because I'm getting my staff ready for some little bags. And I pledged at Alpha Chi, North Carolina Central University. So some of my line sisters are coming. Y'all need to come help a sister work the table, because I think I'll probably be bringing some. So my line sisters know, if I'm in your city, sisterhood is a bond we share, and y'all, I trust y'all with the money. All right, so I will be there in March. Coming up, there are a lot of other private events. I'm doing another Links event on breast cancer in the Maryland, D.C. area. Then SNMA. And wonderful conference that I love. And this is near and dear to my heart. I come as a speaker, although it is also where I worship. But the Ebenezer Women's Conference, for any woman that needs to be empowered, for any woman that needs to just get yourself together. This is a wonderful conference. Reverend Dr. Joanne Browning brings in speakers from all over the country. Women from all over the world come to this conference. It's held in Fort Washington. You hear me talk about it. I am very honored that I am back on the speaker list, and I don't take that for granted. And I get comments all the time from women all over the country, because I sure enough act up. I do. I act a fool at women's conferences. So y'all get me to a women's conference. One of my favorite is Drop It Like It's Hot and Keep Your Man. Christian women doing it. And I do mean I mean, I'm sorry. That's one of my most requested talks. So I do keep it real. And then the other thing, this week, I just thought that I didn't there, but do join us at the Ebenezer Women's Conference. God is a Wonder Conference. I'm telling you, it is life changing. Please, please, please join that conference. I love going to that conference. And I do a lot of women's conferences. Y'all can still invite me to any other women's. I've done men's conferences too. But the other thing I'm doing this weekend is actually a grief and healing conference in Oxon Hill, Maryland. I will post on that, and I'm doing a talk on the whole connection between grief, healing, mental health, physical, and I am free at that conference to really keep it real. I've been very open, even about being a long distance caregiver when my father was ill, and now having a mother that's older, but she volunteered to do anything she wanted to. But anyway, but also even my own journey in grief. That was the first talk I ever gave after my father died. Was the first talk I ever gave after taking a sabbatical for several months. So I'll be doing that talk this weekend. Those are a couple of the things coming up off the top of my head, and I only mention them up at the top because I did not, our website is getting redone and our calendar is up. But Kevy, yes, you got to take me to get a cheesesteak and meet me in Philly, and I'll, with thousands of other certainly medical students, healthcare professionals. We're going to take Philly on by storm. Now, I have gotten a lot of questions from you guys. I haven't done Facebook Live because I've been busy. Now, I've been trying to be good, but I've been busy now. So questions that I've got. Number one, I am a big advocate for the flu shot. Data came out, but I tell it like it is. Data has come out that this year's flu shot is preventing about 52% of, is effective against about 52% of the strains of the flu. That's okay. That's okay. It's not going to hurt you. You may still get the flu, but it won't be as bad as if you did not get a shot. The best thing I can tell you is I got the flu shot. Now, if I get the flu shot, and I'm scared of needles. I am scared of needles. In med school, I wouldn't let my classmates practice on me. I practice on them. You know, I have a little personality, so they also a little scared of me. So I practice on them, and but I hate needles. But if I do get the flu shot, and do get the flu shot, please, because the flu is still deadly. Two, so someone called me on that and was like, oh, you tell us to get the flu shot, but the data, shut up. The flu shot is effective against about 52%, so not effective about 48%, but it is not going to hurt you. The other things to do that are more natural, holistic things, you can get flu E's. You can, number one, take vitamin C, echinacea, which is always in my pantry, other things like that. You took a chicken soup shot. See, that's what my friends don't need to come on live, but that's my boy, Kevin. But you can do those things and some natural approaches as well. And if you do get the flu or a cold, number one, rest. Number two is don't mask your symptoms if you have high fevers, which I did on an Instagram post or somewhere, something I did, I don't know. But if you have high fevers, definitely, I want to repeat this because I got some questions about this. If you're a child, and you have children, if your child gets a high fever, you need to call the pediatrician. And if it is certainly over 99 to 100, go ahead and go to the ER. Don't give them Tylenol and mask it and things like that. You need to definitely 100 or 2, go to the ER. Make sure that you do that. I think I talked about that on an Instagram post. And even for yourself, cold, flu, fever. One of my best friends had a very bad bout with flu. We talked about what he needed to do. Yes, you do make me laugh, Kevin. What he needed to do, but after about 3 or 4 days, he was getting worse, and now you start coughing up all this junk. Yeah, you need to go see the doctor and get a little chest X-ray, make sure this is not bronchitis. Make sure it's not pneumonia, okay? And as you get older, yes, people still die of pneumonia. People still die of the flu. So it is still flu season, and I was talking to somebody because it was like very nice this weekend, and 40s and 50s a barrel. And I was talking to somebody. I said, my mama say this flu weather. My mama say this pneumonia weather. I'm from the South, so we say crazy stuff like that. But it actually is a time. Don't let the weather fool you. This is still winter, so do that. Urgent care versus the ER. If it is a true emergency and you're very scared, go to the ER because they have everything needed to take care of you, okay? And guess what? In America, if you go to an ER sick, I don't care if you're undocumented, I don't care if you have insurance or don't have insurance, they actually have to see you and will have to bill you. So don't let your child be at home. There's a story, I think it's in Michigan or some of the states where a mother did not have insurance and did all these home remedies for her child who actually had meningitis and died because she did not have health insurance. So when Kevin says in this feed, health insurance, health is a national crisis, it still remains. A lot of the forward strides by President Obama and the Affordable Care Act have been restricted. And so we really do have a national crisis. Okay, so flu is one of the issues. Now, every single week, every talk I ever give, I get questions on menopause. So let me hit menopause real quick for men too, because I'm tired of men not thinking that their hormones don't dip. So menopause, I do, and I will do this again. I'll do it at my upcoming conference. I think I rolled this out at the Ebenezer conference. I have a Dr. Sharon's menopause kit, get you through it. In that menopause kit, you should have some exercise gear because exercise helps with menopause. You should have some lubricant because lubrication helps with vaginal dryness. And it's not, let me put a pin in it because y'all know, keep it real. You don't want to drive a JJ just because you don't want to drive a JJ. I don't care if ain't nobody visiting it but you. You don't want a dry JJ because with dryness and thinning, you actually are at increased risk for bacterial infection. So I have women who are going through menopause and have, or not, they're just going through hormonal fluctuations and they have vaginal dryness. I keep it real, so let's just keep it real. They have vaginal dryness. Well, you actually want to do something about that if that's one of your issues, because number one, if you are having sex, it makes intercourse painful and you get small tears in the vagina, which introduces bacteria, and then you get some issues, okay? Two, even if you're not having sex with another human being and you're doing things yourself, you still can get bacteria introduced. Okay, we ain't gonna go too deep into that. You gotta come to my live talks to that, for that. But you want to make sure that often I will give out, thanks to the Replens makers and other people send me stuff to hand out to people at my upcoming conferences. I'll be giving out stuff. But Replens, you can put that in once or twice a week, or even once a week to handle that. All right. The other thing that happens is usually with menopause, you get some skin sagging, some dryness, because what happens with menopause is, remember, your body says, I don't know if I'm supposed to have a baby or not. Am I a woman or not? The boobs may start to drag a little bit, whatever. I talk about clearance and boost lift and all that stuff that you can, a cream that'll help in that area a little bit. You have that. But anyway, let's just not talk about sexual organs. Let's talk about the fact that you may have hormonal fluctuations and you may have some mood swings. Now, as I say in my live talks all the time, a lot of the times your mood swings are not about menopause. They're about that XY chromosome, and that's a man, or your partner or significant other who getting on your last nerve. That ain't no mood swing. Or little Johnny that's half crazy running around the house. That ain't no menopause mood swing. Everybody want to put it on, women, we always related to our hormone. No, sometimes that's the people you're around. Sometimes your man getting on your nerves. We ain't gonna mention no name. Sometimes that's what that is. And so that ain't got nothing to do with menopause, but then you do have mood swings. And you are also other small things that happen. A woman asked me, eyebrows start to thin because hair starts to thin, right? And hair starts to show up in places they ain't supposed to be. So you may get a little mustache or a couple little things on the chin, just you go take care of that, honey. Take care of it. That's all. One with a full beard, mustache. Take care. I knew she was dead and gone in menopause a long time. Okay, so those are menopause questions. The question I got was on vaginal dryness, all of that, and Clarence bust. It's the bust line with Clarence, Clarins. If you've heard my talks in the last 2 years or so, I do talk about that a lot and actually bring it to demonstrate. That will help even with tightening the skin of the bust area, replenish for the vaginal area, but more importantly than those sexual, because often we're part of our sexual organs became what dictate us. No. Moisturizer, warm, not hot showers for men too. Now, men, you all do have hormonal fluctuations as well. You want to say that men don't have menopause or anything like that? You do. As you get older, often testosterone decreases. If you notice that your sexual appetite has decreased, or that your erections are not as strong and things like that. If you have hypertension, diabetes, it's going to affect it if you don't keep it together. So that's another reason to keep the diabetes. A man with diabetes is going to have erectile dysfunction eventually. Hypertension, high blood pressure, a man with hypertension is eventually going to have, she may not say nothing, but it's not going to work the same. But if you keep your hemoglobin A1C less than 6, and you keep your blood pressure less than 115 over 75, you will avoid some of those problems. So that is another reason to, number one, talk to your doctor. You all have medications, all that work, but also exercise. And then sometimes you will need testosterone supplementation. Okay. I got questions on that, questions on the flu, and then let's hit mental health really quick. And memory really quick. Everyone over 65, I'm an internist and geriatrician by training, which means I did 2 years of geriatric training just in the elderly. So everyone over 65, I would tell you to please just get a memory assessment. If you're 50 and notice you're having issues with memory, make sure that you get what's called a baseline memory, MMSE, mini mental state exam. The other thing is, let's do a quick test right now. Let's do a quick test, okay? Apple, table, penny. At home, if you're listening, say that right now. Apple, table, penny. Got it? All right. So get him in a mini mental state exam. And then if grandma, grandpa, mom, or dad are having issues with memory, number one, you can't assess memory in the elderly without first assessing for depression. Because depression actually in anybody shows up, often has memory changes. I don't see my docs on. I see Donna Bellamy, my line sister, who is a pharmacist and does a lot with geriatric pharmacy. But so it's really important for you to, number one, because the older you get, the more that people like to hide memory issues. So they'll ask you, girl, what's that name? You know the girl. What's her name? Or come here, girl, or what? Those are ways to say, well, no, I've forgotten that your name is Sharon right now. Okay. And if you are depressed, it's not all memory issues aren't dementia. Sometimes, again, with depression, anxiety, or too much stuff is going on. When I am stressed out, I can't remember nothing, right? Because my brain is thinking you have 10,000 things going on. Is it really important for you to remember a cucumber versus zucchini, which one you came to get from the grocery store, or should you remember that you got to finish this report? So it really is important for you to talk to your doctor about memory. I do recommend, as I've said in other Facebook Lives, go ahead now and have Mom by Mom, those big books with the crossword puzzles or find a word or whatever. We know that if you keep your brain active, it kicks in. And even if you're 50, do something actively to keep the brain engaged. I'm going to get off Facebook, so I'm not on so long. But other things with memory, people talk about ginkgo biloba, or watch that on blood pressure. Think about vitamin E, vitamin D, all that stuff. I don't know. You can take vitamin E. You can take a skin and nail vitamin, and whether it helps you or not with memory, it will help keep the skin good. All right. So, but you do need vitamin D, not so much for memory as opposed to another question that I got on some of the deficiencies that are there. Vitamin D, we talk about all the time, because most of us, if we go to our doctor, we are vitamin D deficient. I'm vitamin D deficient. I'm sucking on vitamin D. And then I read the studies, so it showed about 90% of people vitamin D deficient, right? So are we really deficient, or we just haven't? I don't know. But vitamin D is not, you're not going to really overdose on vitamin D unless you take mega amounts. But vitamin D is the carb by which calcium is brought into the body. So you can take calcium all day long, but if you don't have vitamin D, you're not going to be able to convert to the calcium to a usable substance. And I've talked a lot about why women and men do need to take calcium supplements. Are there any questions on here? Real quick, because I'm going to get off and meet a good friend for lunch and get back to work after working out. The other question that I did get, I think week before last, and I want to be clear on this. Women, we need to lift weights. We need to lift weights. Now, if you were on earlier, I said 3 words. And I said, say these 3 words. Okay, say them again. And then we'll get back to it. I was at the end of my memory piece. Does anybody know? Can anybody type what those 3 words were? Come on. That was a test. Remember I said you got to get the mini mental state exam, but then I said, say boom, boom, boom. Okay, say that again. Boom, boom, boom. And then I just moved on. I don't see nobody typing. Nobody was listening. That was a test. What was it, Kev? What were the 3 words? Come on, that was a memory test. See, I said, okay, let me give somebody something if they get it. Okay, I'm going to give y'all a special packet. Melinda Allison, you said it. You said it. Apple table penny. Melinda, my sister-in-law said it. My sister-in-law be listening to me. Okay, sis, I'm going to have to send you a box. I will send you a Dr. Sharon box, I promise. And then you text me if you don't get it. Audrey Cooper, you were close. Apple table pear. Yeah, I just got on, unless they take the drug. Okay, so now, apple table penny. What I did was I asked you the words, I repeated it, and then I came back about 3 minutes later and asked you. That is short-term memory recall. That is a quick test to know if you're having some kind of quick memory issues, and it is apple table penny. Okay, go ahead, Melinda. All right, so I have to send you a box. Then I put some extra in for it because she's my sister-in-law. Ray, my older brother, wife. Okay, so now I meant Audrey Cooper. Okay, so Melinda, inbox me your address. Audrey Cooper, inbox me your address. You know, Cooper, you always support me. So I will, and if you do not have, is that fried chicken wing worth it? Just tell me I don't have the book and I'll put that in your boxes. Y'all message me so I can get somebody to pick this up and make sure I do it. So Audrey Cooper, go ahead. You see, Grace ain't fair. I will send you a box and I will send Melinda a box. Okay, Sheila Gothard, what's up? I will be at your regional conference. I just said that. I hope you come to my session. You know, I may need a little help. All right. Any other questions for you guys? And Kevin Fauntleroy says, tell them they don't want to look like me. And that's right. So keep it together. Now, sidebar, men, as you get older, because we were talking about male menopause. As you get older, you know, sometimes you start to get a little. You may have had, you know, pecs before, and then you start to get a little man boob. I mean, some men wear big side bra, not do. I'm just saying. So y'all got to work on the testosterone stuff because you can get, you know, some little boobs, and I'm just tell you that ain't cute. I'm just saying, if you wear a bigger bra than me and you're a man, I'm just saying, we ain't gonna, I'm sorry. Okay. So, y'all know, sisters, y'all know Kimberly Hollingsworth, you know that you done see some men out there with boobs now. So, now, I mean, I ain't trying to be funny. Men always talking about us and what's going wrong as we get older, whatever. Kevin talking about we don't want y'all to look like us and have no beard or mustache. All right. We don't want y'all to have breasts. So get to the gym, work it out, and we don't want to see them fatty deposits in the chest. All right. Here you go. All right. So I'm just wrapping it up right now. Thank you all. I'm trying to keep it under 30 minutes. We talked about flu. We talked about menopause. We talked about menopause. We talked about erectile dysfunction. We talked about something else. I don't know what. Oh, we talked about memory. We talked a little bit about what to do with calcium and vitamin D. And we talked about my upcoming speaking engagements. I will be in, I didn't say you go, Kevin. I will be in Philly. Kevin, I will tell you the dates it is, and I'll tell you my hotel and all that as I get closer. April, it's Easter weekend. Come in, and we'll be monitoring a panel with the Great Hill Harper, and there are several public events. Do support the Student National Medical Association. Actually, if you're on Amazon, please, that is the Association of African American Medical Students, Minority Medical Students. It is one of my, again, I call them my babies from all over the world, all over the country rather. But if you think racism and sexism exist in regular fields, you try medical school, you try to go residency and all that. That's a whole nother topic. But this organization is one that certainly has helped literally every African-American medical student in the country, and now physician or whatever, get through. And they will convene in Philly, the largest conference of minority medical students will be in Philly, with a lot of celebrities are coming in, a lot of whatever, and a lot of good work. They're doing a lot of community work too, Kevin. I'm going to hook you in because they will be doing some blood drives. They'll be doing some free outreach to the community. They're going to homeless shelters in Philly, wherever SNMA is, they make an impact. And I'm just so proud of the young people. And we'll be there and doing some special things at that conference. I will be doing a talk this weekend in Oxon Hill, Maryland. It's still time to register for that, talking about grief, health, and how to get through even with chronic illnesses. That is on Saturday morning. So I will be posting that. And then I have the regional conference in Durham, North Carolina for Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. There are several public events, but I'm doing several workshops on health, wellness, and all of that. And going to show out in the pink and green, as my sisters do. And then I talked about a conference that's coming up, the God is a Wonder Conference in Fort Washington, Maryland, which is one of the best conferences I participate in, and more than that, attend every year. Please register. And it is now 32 minutes. I'm out. Y'all, go to YouTube and follow the Dr. Sharon Allison YouTube channel. I do post these, so you can see all of my Facebooks and all of my public speeches that are public. We try to post those. We're uploading two major talks that I've given. Shout out to Zane Hodson for figuring out how to upload some of that. And it is Raleigh. The AKA conference is in Raleigh. And as always, if you all want to see me, want to know what I'm doing, just inbox me. Go to my website, which has been down, was up, but the new one is still hidden. Join me on Facebook, Twitter, all that. Y'all have a wonderful day. Oh, Women's Empowerment in Raleigh 27. Isn't that held by Radio 1? I think I've done Women's Empowerment once. Radio 1 I used to be on Radio 1 for a long time. Kathy Hughes actually wrote, is on my book cover. So tell them to get Dr. Sharon to come down. You know I'll show out, Audrey. You know I'll show out. But I've done a couple of those. And then do go to YouTube. I will make an official announcement when my new page is up, but I only talk about some of my upcoming engagements, which are public engagements, because there is a calendar that a lot of you would follow. And then two, I have to talk about Beautiful Woman Inside and Out, and this is the last bar. Thank you, last piece of this. Thank you so much for all the support. As you know, my personal assistant, Nick, who you all know if you see me anywhere, and I have my personal assistant with me. He is a guy that is very wonderful, very nice, until you mess with Dr. Sharon, then he gonna knock you down. I mean, that's my boy. That's my boy. Has been my personal assistant and bodyguard for a long time. And his partner, his husband, William Ridley, who actually, Audrey, I know you know, and I think Sheila, you know, because he has been either the event manager for Beautiful Woman Inside and Out conferences, or has been my assistant manager or decor specialist. And he also is often, when I give out gifts, is the person that does a display for our gifts, our elaborate gifts and all that, and has been on the mic, has my wingman. Will is so instrumental. And Lubrina, you knew Will, was so instrumental. About 2 weeks ago, died suddenly, and just literally died suddenly. And so my assistant, we laid him to rest on last Wednesday. Please keep my beloved Nick, and you all, if you know me, you know that Nick is the guy that takes care of me, particularly at public events, but also behind closed doors. Nick takes care of me. And Nick is my personal assistant. Yes, I didn't know you all didn't know. It is posted on the Facebook page. So Nick lost his husband, and we put him to rest last week. Will Ridley, at the age of 40, died. Will made a tremendous impact in my life. A good employee. He's worked for all of my companies, but particularly has gotten it as far as Beautiful Woman Inside and Out. And when I would tell Will, we got to go overboard, get me a fur, get me fashion fair, get me whatever, Will's only answer is, let's make it work. And so not only did he work with me, he worked with HIV/AIDS in the state. The state gave him a citation, Duke Ellington School of Music. He was a phenomenal man that has a legacy, and again, died very suddenly, very unexpectedly. And his husband is Nick Randolph Ridley, and Nick is my just the person that is ordained to take care of me, and takes care of me like no one else. And so I've been trying to support him, and even in supporting him, he's saying, well, are you getting rest? So you all, please, if you have Nick's information, please reach out to him and help support he and Miss Ridley, Will's mother. It's definitely a tragedy for all of the DMV and many of us, but it's also a tragedy for specifically Beautiful Woman Inside and Out. He has been there from the very beginning and will be sorely missed. I am out. You all have a good day off. If you're taking a day off, do something for yourself and work out. Tomorrow is not promised, so tell someone that you love them. Tell them that you love them and that you care. And prayers for Nick and his family. I remember him. Yeah, Sheila. Yeah, they were a very special couple. And as anyone can imagine, even if a person dies after chronic illness, that's a huge hit. But all of a sudden, to be talking to your mate, and a few minutes later, an hour later, having to deal with his sudden death. Thoughts. Y'all watch this, y'all share it on your page, look at the top where I talk about the flu, and go join me on YouTube. I need some more subscribers on YouTube, because I do Facebook Live and then I just put it on there. I haven't really promoted it, but love y'all. Have a good day. I think I may be, oh Lord, I'll be late for my lunch.